What is up? It's your boy Nick, aka Old Laddie, and it's Lady Red here to do another podcast. And we are here to do. You know what that means? Let's talk about stress,
Stress.
baby. Yeah, we're here to talk about stress on
Yes,
this.
we're not gonna do a Dr. Ruth show, so
Yeah, we're not that kind of podcast, guys. We're really not.
I just don't know if we need to do anything like this.
We're not qualified for that kind of talks. But we're here to talk about stress in different situations. So we have jotted down a few show notes, and in our show notes, we want to talk about just dealing with stress in general. We want to talk about uh, with relationships in your like in a family situation, like with kids, uh, and also in your job. So those are kind of where about we'll be as far as like your job being like looking for a job or just dealing with people in your job. So, where do you want to start,
I'm an
Shannon?
expert at that one. We can just start from the top.
We're
I mean,
gonna start from the top.
why
Believe it or
not?
Okay, so this overall general stress. So like, so how do you deal with stress overall, generally, Shannon? And I'll tell you then how I do it.
Um, well, if I'm at work, I kind of have to just get up and walk away from the situation.
So relieving yourself from the
Because if I
situation.
don't, then we know what that's going to end up being.
Yeah.
Probably jail time.
I mean, that's a little extreme.
Listen,
I mean, there could be like write-ups
probably,
or like
but it
terminations.
just depends on the situation.
You just went straight to jail. Don't pass go.
Well, I mean, I
Don't
try to
collect
get into
$200.
vehicles that don't belong to me. So,
Oh, well, yeah, that
I
could.
mean, but I mean, other times, like, I think music is a good
Yeah,
stress reliever.
music.
And with us writing like we do,
Yeah,
writing things down is always a good thing, whether you're journaling it or you're actually writing a song about something.
yeah. Journals are good. Uh, journaling. I like to use journals for like more personal stuff. Stuff that I mean, like a lot of my music is personal too. But like, if I have like a particular topic that I want to get like uh, really in my fields or really specific about a individual or a topic or how I feel about it, I'll journal it instead of write a song about it. Like I try to more broad write the song, but it could still is kind of about
Not like me.
situation. Well, yours is mushy. Uh,
Who
but
would have thought?
who would have thought? We look like we. Uh, but but also like exercise is good, which I don't do enough of.
I was gonna say I'm out of that one,
But I mean,
unfortunately.
when I have had a chance to do it and I've made myself go do it, it is
You
very
feel better.
it is very beneficial.
Yeah.
I do feel a lot better. Uh,
We need
even
to
just
start
walk.
walking.
Yeah. Hey, what? Great mind. Um, like even just walking or doing some basic calisthenics or resistance training or yoga or something at your house is always really good to do. Something
Like,
like that.
and from work, like if I come in like a nice hot shower, and then literally just kick back and watch TV. Just find something that's funny.
Yeah.
Sit back, hang out with your favorite person. You have people knocking.
Yeah. You keep them entertained. I'll be right back.
Well, that's good.
Keep going.
I get to do this.
You
now.
get to do it.
He's abandoning me.
They're not
Do I need to
abandoning
move?
you.
This is our life, and you can't fix it because it's mine.
It's stress with kids.
Do I need to move?
Well, I'm sure it's hard to get by, but
Oh my god, he just doesn't tell me to move. Anyway, like I just like music when I'm trying to relieve stress. Because sometimes whether it's heavy metal or something soft, it's sometimes a good drive. Well, I think with music blaring, the windows down, just fresh air, I think that is also a really good way to relieve stress. Or maybe coloring something. Like I have the coloring books that have bad words. You can just color when you have a really rough day, and it makes you feel a little bit better. I don't read like I used to, so that's not a thing. Um, but snuggling with somebody is always good. You get the cuddle time. That's a big stress reliever. I need to move. Struggle. Like all you got to do is say, "Hey,
It's fine. All right.
can you move?" And
Sorry.
you don't do that.
Sorry.
Did you shut the door? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just saying, like sometimes too, if you get in the car, go for a drive, put the windows down, put on some music,
Yeah.
just
Those are all really great things.
do
I used to like.
alone time, like with yourself, to just relieve
Well, you really have to. You have to make time for, especially if you're in a family. You have to make time for all elements of like
yourself.
yourself, a couple, and your
Yeah.
family, your kids. Like you have to do that, and also, because there's stresses that build up at all those different levels. So it's really good to try your best to. Uh,
And then I think in newer relationships, like you really try to get everything balanced out to not be stressed out.
yeah, I mean, you just don't want to overdo it in any element. That's the biggest thing. Is just you don't want to spend too much time with any part of them. You don't want to spend too much time by yourself and neglect
Yeah.
other
Or
elements
spend too
or
much time
with your partner or whatever.
and
I
then
mean,
the kids feel a
yeah,
certain way. Or,
yeah.
yeah, you got to really
because then that just builds up more
balance
stress.
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then there's stuff that I like to do, like creativity wise. I make like wooden flat, or I used to make them a lot more. Like I don't make them too much anymore. I like to
Some good
paint.
ones too.
I like to just do different kinds of crafts, and even if I'm not really all that good at it, like just doing stuff. Just getting out there and then trying new things is really fun. Going to paint classes, going to like photography. I used to like to do some photography and stuff like that. So, just doing different things is really the big thing. That's really ways to eliminate stress as the best you can. What about, would you own a family, or are you still just on general stresses?
Just general
Okay.
stresses.
So what about stresses with jobs? Let's go there. I'm trying to hopping around, but I do that. I'm part kangaroo.
Listen, it depends on your job.
So let's say let's go with finding a job.
Oh, that's even with degrees,
Well, yeah,
it feels like they're useless. Like they want you to have all this stuff and you get it, and then it's like, oh,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's kind of where a lot of people in this country are. I feel like me being one of them, but there's a lot of people in this country that have degrees, and then they want you to have a certain amount of experience. Well, they won't give you experience without the degrees, or vice versa. You can't get the degrees. They might have a lot of experience, but they won't let you move up the ladder without the degrees. But you don't feel like going to school and getting these degrees. You just want to say, hey, I've done this for X amount of years, and I don't want to go spend a bunch of money on degrees. I just want to say, hey, my experience counts. So, sorry, we have some dogs that are a
We have
little
an
bit
audience.
naughty today, but
And I mean, even when you get the job, then you got to worry about, am I doing it good enough? Am I doing it how they want? And
can I maintain my employment? All that type of stuff.
it's hard to.
The one thing
do
that I've kind of, and it may not be the right approach, it's just the approach that I've learned that works for me, is that like I kind of have the approach that the employer has. You're expendable, and so like if the way that I feel like the employer looks at you, I'll have to find somebody. I can find somebody to replace you tomorrow. That's the way most employers feel about their employees, and that's a sad thing. Not that they necessarily want to. I'm sure they have their coworkers that they favor and they like, but they will have to find somebody to put in your position if something was to happen to you, if you were to retire, you were to leave. So why don't stress yourself about it if you have to find a different job? If you need to go somewhere, don't be miserable is basically what I'm saying. Like if you're in a job that you hate, or if it's a job that you liked and it becomes a job that you then become to hate, you start to hate, then don't kill yourself over it. There's other jobs, there's other places to go. And if if you're trying to say, well, I wanted to make it into a career, you know, your average career is like 20 years. Well, people still have to work like 40 to
Yes.
50 years in this country. So what is really a career? Most people don't work 50 years in a place anyway. So you're going to have to change jobs at some point anyway. So just don't stress about it. Just be happy with what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. So,
But even if you do, like you can take your experience to another place.
Yeah.
And get the same job that might be in a better situation. The same job, just in a better environment
exactly.
for you to work in.
And
I
you
mean,
never
I
know.
had a really good paying job before I left to go back to the one I'm at now because I just wasn't happy with things. It was getting too stressful and things not being done the way they should. I mean, I love the people I worked with, but it wasn't that. It's just the environment of things. Then I went back to this job that I love.
And money is not everything.
No,
And
God, no.
I mean, and let me rephrase it. I mean, money to some people is everything,
Yes.
but to me, and
No.
maybe to some people, money isn't everything. In my philosophy, Laddie's philosophy, it shouldn't be everything because, like, you can't take it with you. You're never going to have enough of it. Like, you're always going to have more bills and more stuff, and you're always going to need more stuff than you're going to have money. So, like, even if you become I'm pretty sure Elon Musk has more, he wants to acquire more stuff than he has money. And he's the richest man in the world. I'm pretty sure he still wants to buy more stuff than he has the money for. Like he had problems acquiring Twitter. Like, he had the money to buy it, but he had problems buying it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird to people. I need to have more money. It's like, but do you want to have more happiness? You know what I'm saying?
But are you going to work for the more money? It's not just going to be handed to you either.
Yeah, right. You got to work for it, and
Yeah.
you just gotta, and you gotta be happy with it. Like, so, all right, we'll give you an extra $4 or $5 an hour, but you got to be miserable.
Yeah.
Is that worth it?
That's kind of my position.
Yeah.
Like, I had a good raise before I left.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but this isn't, I didn't ask for this. This isn't what I want.
Mm-hmm.
This is what needs to be done. And if it's not going to get done, then I'm sorry.
And but you enjoy your job for the most part where you are now more, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But there's going to be I mean, they pay you to go to work. They don't pay you to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, some people think that you should be able to go to work and it should just be fun. I mean, that's called play. I mean, they don't pay you for that. But, like, you know, and there's some people who may have lucky enough job that they get to do that. But, like, for the most part, they're going to pay you to go to work, and it's not going to be incredibly fun every single day. But you should enjoy it more than you should be miserable.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, and so, but
yeah, that's 100%.
And that's, like, I've been in a lot of jobs where I was just miserable, just trying to make it so that, you know, we can make the ends meet. Sometimes you have to do that. But
I had 2 or 3 jobs just trying to, because I mean, at one point I had 2 jobs. I worked 80 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have a life. All my kids are grown, but I was missing out on grandkids and others, and just having a life itself. And I overworked myself to where I had to quit one because I just couldn't take it no more. I was getting sick. I wasn't taking care of myself. Like, I was just miserable.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Like, people trying to make ends meet and trying to get to the point. I get it, but sometimes you have to weigh the longevity of your life and your health and overall happiness over, you know, trying to get ahead a little bit. You know, I don't know. I can't say what's better. You have to choose that for yourself. But, like, for me in my place in my life, I'm having to go. I could go find a job like in a factory or something around where we live, and I could probably make okay money, but I'm not going to enjoy it. So I'd rather take a job than making a little less in a place that I might enjoy and be able to make a difference.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing to me, rather than just go get $3 or $4 more an hour. That's just how I am.
100%.
So, but the next thing is dealing with family needs. When you're low on money, I'm everywhere.
We just skipped all of this and went straight to here.
That's what I do. I'm everywhere. Part ninja on my mom's side. So
Dealing with
with family needs when you're low on money, because that's kind of has a lot to do with like if you're looking for a job. So like if you're looking for a job or you don't have a job, it's like maybe you're not making your cash flow is not exactly the way you want it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's probably is for the most part, but like even if kids are sometimes costly. Sometimes you may even have like family members you're trying to take care of that aren't small kids under 18. Maybe you're trying to assist elderly, or you're trying to take care of an elderly family member or something like that. But what is it like whenever you're trying to do that on low income?
It's stressful.
It is very stressful.
You could be making good money and it's still going to be stressful.
Oh yeah, but how do you deal with
Because
that?
in between, you might have something that tears up, something that went out, like in the house, and you're trying to help fix it and do this. It to me, you have to prioritize. Like if things are happening all at once, okay, do I need this done before I need that done? I mean, we know my car was tore up for like what 2 months.
Mm.
I mean, and it was a struggle for me to, because then my other car tore up, so it was like. And
So,
then I finally just had to be like, okay, it'll fix itself at some point. I just got to stop stressing over it. It'll be okay.
yeah, sometimes there's nothing you can do. Sometimes there's programs, there's relief programs. So there's like, if you make if like you're at a low enough income uh, threshold, you could go to
That'll
get,
help you.
they'll help you, or you can go get a certain amount of food. Of course, you have to look into your local areas and stuff like that. But those would be, of course, something you'd have to look into what programs you have. But those things could be a little bit of stress relievers if you qualify.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna alleviate all your stress, but they could be something that could help. But
Yeah.
those are programs you'd have to look into if people don't know about them. But those are only here and there and in between. But you have to look for those type of things and do a lot of the stress related things that we talked about earlier to try to get through for those type of things. Like sometimes you might not qualify for them, and you got to, like you said, triage what comes first. Like what's the most important. You got to take care of what you can take care of, and try to come up with a plan. On what you need to do, what you got to pay for to get from A to B until you can pay for these other things. So, which ones did I skip there,
I put
Shannon?
the two in the middle.
What?
Ways to deal with issues in relationships.
Oh,
And then the personal views on the difficulty raising the kids now as to when we were younger.
well, what about relationship stresses? Would you like to talk about,
Well, it's
Shannon?
like it's like how you deal with them.
Well, how
Like
do
because some people just like to fight and argue and make things worse.
yeah, I've
like-
been there before.
Yes, but like we got really good communication, and you have to have that in a relationship.
Yeah,
You have to be able to look at somebody. I don't agree with you, or this is how I feel, and not be triggered to where you just want to fight. And it's really hard sometimes because you and I have both been in relationships that have not been good.
Mhm.
So it's really hard to break that cycle of things. But you got to tell yourself, is this worth possibly losing somebody because I'm yelling? Or do I just need to sit down and figure out how we can talk this out
yeah,
like adults?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm going to be
Take
truthful.
this thing out.
I've been on both sides of the yelling. I've been yelled at. I've been the yeller. I think that's what you say. And because there's certain times where you get yelled at so much, or you do so much yelling, or you can't get your point across, or you feel disrespected, and you feel like you need to say something louder to get your point across. And it doesn't work. And at this point in my life, I've gotten to the point where I'm just tired of. If you're not going to listen to me
100%.
talking, you're not going to listen to me yelling. It took me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah.
A lot of like heartache and stupid beating my head against the wall trying to, have arguments for no reason and figure that out. But yeah, I mean, I think that's. I have a song that I don't know. We always talk about the songs, but like there's a lot of what we do is right lately has been that it's called Stepping Stones, and in this song I talk about how a lot of the stuff that's happened has been to get us better to where we are for each other. And like I feel
Has she made you somewhat of the man you are now for
not just
the next person?
well, not just what she did, but also the things that I would do,
Yeah.
and the learning experience of like what exes that I had and maybe exes that you had made us perfect for where we are now.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically what the concept of the song is, and like, I really do believe that that's what um, you know life is about. You know, when you start to understand, and it's bad that I'm so old that I'm starting to understand things, but like hey man, I got a hard head. Um,
Yeah.
so, but that's what I think I've learned. It's just you gotta take time to talk, especially if you're like me. And I'm not saying anybody out there that's listening or whatever, but I don't listen very well, but I talk pretty good. If that makes sense. So like I really have to take time to pay attention to whenever someone else is talking, like and like make sure that I am doing a good job of like saying what are they saying before I start talking. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, uh, I'm not going to understand what they say, and I'm going to end up spouting off something before
Yeah.
and not understand what they meant to say to me was fully in my little pea brain. So
And I think at this point in life, we're older, and you get to a point where you're just tired of fighting and arguing. So
yeah,
when you find that person that's in the same position you're in, like it just works, because then you don't just sit and scream and yell like, "No, this is what I want, and this is what we need to do," and you be adults about it. Because at a certain point, you really do get tired of it. I promise. I'm over it.
yeah, you
I
really,
mean, there's no need in arguing. You need to sit down and talk it out. Never go to bed mad. I mean, like, to me, that's a thing. Like, if you have some kind of little disagreement, talk about it before you go to bed or before they walk out the door. Because what if they don't come back and you don't get to say, "Hey, I'm sorry for whatever happened." You know what I mean? Maybe I'm weird.
we're not,
Probably am.
we're not gonna put that out there on the internet, but we're just
You just did. I
oh,
just did. It's okay.
it's okay.
I just feel that, with my past experiences, communication is one of the most important things you can have.
Well, communication and trust is probably the biggest
Oh,
things
yeah.
in a relationship.
Eh,
I mean, I feel like you can. There's a lot of other things. Your finances can fluctuate. They can come. They can go. Um,
But I think if you're a real team, that you learn how to, it's not always going to be a 50-50 type situation. Something may happen and you got to pull a little bit more than the other person.
well, yeah. I mean,
And you should be cool with that. Some people aren't. I mean, there are some people that just don't.
I just think I've always thought that it should be 100%. But whoever gives the equivalency to the 100% is different. You might give 20. I might give 80 one time. You might give 80. I might give 20.
Yeah.
So it's like
But I mean, it's a balance
yeah.
thing, though. Like,
Sometimes
it'll
it is
eventually
50.
balance
Yeah.
itself.
Sometimes it is 50-50.
Yeah,
So
you
like
have to.
it just depends on how it works out. Yeah.
You have to be able to respect somebody if something happens. It's okay. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Right.
We're good.
Today
We got this.
I got to pull more this time than you do right now. That's all right.
Yeah.
There'll be times where you got to do more than me. So it's just how it works sometimes. And sometimes you can both do your equal shares. But the biggest thing, like to me, is just respecting each other.
Yes.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing to me. Not wanting to control each other, but
100%.
wanting to, like, I don't want to control you. You don't want to control me. But I shouldn't have to make you feel like doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't have to want to control me. Like
Yeah.
I should be able to just make you feel comfortable. And same thing for you.
Yeah.
Like I feel like control is something people do when they feel like they're not comfortable.
They have insecurities.
Yeah.
That's how they.
That's how they
Yeah.
control their comfortability.
By taking that situation. Yeah.
Yeah. So like in communication and trust. And if you don't have those four things, all the other stuff can come and go. You can have a house, you can lose it. You can have good cars, you can get bad ones. Finances can change. Kids will grow up or move away. I'm not saying your kids aren't important in a relationship, but
Oh,
I think
100% they are.
but I mean, they will also leave your relationship too, you know. But like, you know, you need to make sure that you're watching out for each other too,
Oh,
because a
yeah.
lot of times people try to priority list their significant other way down the road, like, you know,
It's like everybody else, and then like,
there'll be kids, job, you know, my friends, work, church,
Mm.
cars, house,
yeah,
something else,
you have to work as a team.
grocery list, then your significant other. They're like 10th on the list or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You got to be a good team.
yeah.
Got to
So-
keep that communication open. If something's wrong, tell somebody. Don't just try to take everything on your shoulders. Ask for help. Ask, hey, look, I need you to. Can you do this? I guess a lot of people just don't want to do that, though. You know what I mean?
It's just hard, I guess. It's just the hardest thing. The hardest thing is just when it becomes work, I think. When a relationship becomes work. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I think. And
it,
like,
it should be work from day one because you're working to get to know that person, to see if you're compatible in any way, if that's somebody you can see yourself with, or you know what I mean.
well, I see it like this. When like, and maybe this won't make sense to anybody but other than myself, but whenever lust becomes love, because those are two different things.
100%.
Like, lust is out of your control. And like,
You just want
you
it
just want
to
somebody.
want it.
And like,
not
you
to
just
really keep it.
automatically always want to be with that person. You can't even control yourself. You just want to be with that person. Love is a choice. You have to choose to love somebody all the time, no matter what they're going through, how they are, and what you want. Like, how, like, if you get sick, if you don't have a job, if you don't have money, or vice versa, whatever, you have to choose to continue to love that person. That's a
Regardless.
choice. So whenever like lust becomes love, like, that's when people fall out of lust and they don't want to continue love, because people in like today's society don't know how to love people. Like when love gets hard, they want to
run.
hit the door and they want to go back to that lust cycle where it's so easy for those first 7-8 years.
Not
10
even
years.
years. Like you're talking, like,
Well, I mean, they,
you know what I mean?
you know, the first few years, 4 or 5 years, whenever it's kind of falls out, and then they'll stick around for a couple of years to try to catch their safety net or whatever. But like, you know,
You should never. I don't feel lust after somebody. Like that's just not.
no,
You're in it for the wrong reason.
you don't lust. That's just a natural thing. Just lusting somebody is just naturally how people do. Like, that's just a natural. You don't love somebody the first time you ever meet them.
Well, no, it's like everybody's like, "You believe in love at first sight?" I'm like,
No.
No. I mean, you could be cute or something, then open your mouth and they'll be like, huh, "I'm good."
Yeah, but like,
You
whenever
know what I mean?
when you're attracted, this is just me. When you're attracted to somebody, that's lust. That's not love. That's like, I'm lusting after you. Just like whenever,
And it's
like,
because you want to get something from them.
no, because like you're it's visually appealing. Like, I visually want to be with you. You don't know nothing about the person. How do I love you? I love at first sight.
No.
I just love how you look.
Yeah,
Because
you're
I just-
going for one thing.
Like how you look. Like, I want to be
Yeah.
with you off of your looks. I don't know you. Like,
yeah,
how can I love you when I don't know you?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
like, that's lust. And so like, whenever you first get in a relationship, everybody is in a season of lust until they get to know the person.
yeah,
And then they either love them and continue to choose to love them, or they fall out of love. And that's what the problem with today's society, in my opinion. This is just my opinion, which I'm pretty sure people be like, "What's crazy?" But like, there's too much. Like, it's too easy to start over.
oh yeah.
All movies are like, start over. Start
Yeah.
with a new relationship. Do something
Instead
new.
of
Go to a new
building-
person. Yeah. Don't do the 50-year relationship.
But there's a reason why your grandma and grandpa's never split up,
Very few songs about like,
because they never gave up.
Yeah.
I mean,
because they know what it's like to
and nobody's
find
going to be
somebody that have to
perfect.
go through the hard
But
times.
some people want that perfect
But
thing.
that generation also older generations, they didn't believe in divorce.
No.
Or something like that. But and that's that's fine. And I've gave up on a relationship before myself.
Not
'Cause-
wanting to, but it's like you have to at a certain
and I
point.
had to because I was losing myself over trying to be with somebody else. And like I've been in other relationships and they gave up on me, and that's just what it is. But like through those experiences, I've learned that these mindsets, that doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just me. But that's just how I see it. Is that like a lot of people never fall in love with somebody. They think they're in love. Like go ask a teenager right now, 16, 17, 18.
Oh, they love their boyfriend.
They love them after 2 weeks. I love them.
Yeah.
How many times have you been with them? I've been with them 2 times. We went on 2 dates for 2 hours. I love them. What do you love about them? What's your favorite color? I don't know. I love them.
That doesn't matter.
See what I'm saying? But either or.
Yeah.
When
I
it comes
get
to
it.
kids, though, on our last topic, because Nina and I skipped over topics,
Sir.
um,
The difference in raising kids.
like your viewpoints, is that
Yeah.
a stressor for you, or is that just something? I mean, I guess it could be, like, especially if you're living in the same place. Like if you're living, I don't think it would be as big of a stressor. Like if you're living in 2 different places. Like say you had kids the same age as mine, and I had kids the same
We
age.
kind of do. I mean, my youngest is almost
Well, it's
little bit older.
almost
a little bit older
my
than
oldest
Alyssa,
daughter. Yeah, but like she's living on her own though.
yeah.
But like, I'm saying like if they were like still in the house type of thing, and like you had one set of rules and I had a different set of rules, and because I've been in that situation where like, they kind of stayed in a different place, they could do whatever they wanted to, but mine had to do something completely different. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
That's not okay.
Yeah.
You have to be able to come middle ground on that. You know what I mean?
and that was a
Like you
big
should
stress
never
thing.
be beating your child or whatever.
Well, definitely.
But there's
no, yeah.
ways to do things. When I was growing up, listen, I was a good child because I didn't want to get whipped.
What happened?
Life.
Life.
Woo.
But I'm just saying, like, overall, I mean, the biggest thing is like that goes back to communication for one. Communication between both adults to be
Yeah.
on the same page, and the adults with the children, like to relay their standards of like what they want to have happen in the
Yeah.
household. And I'm the type of parent, I like to have feedback from the children. That doesn't mean that they necessarily get their way. I will listen to what they have to say though, right? And like, because they are people. Now they may be people that are smaller that don't pay taxes and live in my house and don't,
Eat food.
and I had to give them all their food and everything. So sometimes we don't do exactly what you want, but I do respect their opinions, right? So sometimes I will listen to what they have to say, but sometimes we can't do everything you want. So I try to meet them somewhere. If the rules over here, I try to maybe meet them, somewhere wherever I feel comfortable, and wherever it's fair, but it's really hard. Like if you're trying to co-parent with another parent, especially like after maybe you've moved on from like the parents, the child's biological parent, and you're like now co-parenting with another new partner, right? And they don't want to parent the same way as you. That's very difficult.
Yeah.
If they don't want to do it like your way, but they want to be in control.
And I think when the kids are older, though, it's different because like they can do more things. Like the younger ones, you may not want them doing dishes because it could be bad, or doing laundry, or you know what I mean, or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
And as they get older, it's like, okay, this is what we need to do now.
Yeah.
Let me show you what we need to do, and we can work on this together. And some people don't see it like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm a big. I mean, my parents had me doing that stuff. I'm a big like I think kids need to learn how to do that. I mean, I ain't gonna go to their house when they're on their own, like, and do it for them. So
Right. So I'm saying, like when I was growing up, of course, that was back in the day because I'm old. We played outside, but back then it was safe,
yeah, no,
safer for us to play outside. If you're in the city, the street light come on, take you back home. But I was out in the country, so we literally would just go outside,
y'all never went
play
home.
all day,
Yeah,
play
no.
all night.
Y'all never went home.
Right? We was always
Went
outside.
outside.
But
When
I had no running water.
went outside when
We-
you were 7. Came back when you were 18.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, we had an outhouse, so it wasn't like, you know,
You were good to go, huh?
let me tell you. But I mean, we also had chores. We had to, you know, garden, cut the wood, get wood set. I mean, we had to do more things.
Were you Amish or something?
No, I'm just old. But it humbles you
No.
as you get older, thinking, okay, I had to do all this stuff. Like, and you appreciate things more.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
true. I mean, we were the same way. We lived in town, but like, yeah, when the street light came on, depending on what time of year it was,
Yeah.
I'd go inside to get, you know, get
But
ready.
nowadays they
dinner
can't just
also.
do that. Somebody gonna kidnap you, try to get like it's ridiculous. Like nowadays, how bad it is.
I don't know if statistically kidnappings are any more, but I do think that like because they're on the news when they happen more often, and there's Amber Alerts and all that other stuff, I think that it's in our minds more, and so we are at a heightened state of alarm,
Yeah.
and like we helicopter parent our kids a little more than we did when back whenever we were younger.
Yeah. Because we'd go up and down the road to the friend's house and
Oh, yeah,
fishing, and
I'd
we'd
run all
walk-
over town. I'd take my
Yeah.
bike all over town. I mean, like,
we'd walk up to the store that's about like a mile or two down the road and by ourselves.
yeah,
Nobody bothered you. I mean,
like, and what was funny, it was different back then though. Like, if we were doing something bad, by the time we got home, my parents would already know.
oh yeah. And then they'd be asking you,
Oh,
and you'd
yeah.
be like, no, we know.
What was y'all doing? What was y'all over there doing?
Yeah.
Y'all was over there. What was y'all doing? Oh, we weren't doing nothing. But what was you doing though?
Right.
Because we know y'all was doing something. No,
Yeah.
we weren't doing nothing. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then they'll bust our butts real good because then we lied and then they told us
Yeah.
what we did. So,
Listen.
yeah.
I had to go pick my own switch. You know, if it wasn't
Oh,
good
yeah.
enough, you had to go right back out there and you get whipped both. But I think growing up, it was like coat hangers and fly swats and shoes, the flip flops.
I never got a coat hanger, but I did get one time. Me and my sister got into it. We had to whoop each other with a belt.
Oh my goodness.
I whooped her good.
I hit my brother with one of them plastic ball bats between the leg. I had to stand in the corner.
I thought you said you were a good kid.
I was. He kept picking on me. So as he stood there crying, I stood over laughing. And my mom was sitting there trying not to laugh, but
I knew you were
I
lying.
had to get in trouble.
I knew you were lying when you said you was a good kid.
I was a good kid.
Good at being bad.
Look, 6 years perfect attendance, sir. I was a good child.
I didn't
was
make
a
you
good
good because
child.
you showed up.
I was
You
a
showed
good
up to be
child.
bad at school.
I was not bad in school.
Oh my god.
I didn't get in trouble.
Well,
Life and addictions hit me, and then it was like,
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. So, what do you have any tips for people like that? Maybe you've learned. Maybe that could be about like things that you've learned since, like that. Maybe you used to use like your addictions, but now you use that you won't go there now, but you use different things like the
alcohol.
stress. I mean, no, we don't use alcohol. I mean, I'm saying, well,
That used to be one of my stress relievers. But,
right, but what do you use now instead of that?
well, I didn't have a hole until we started communicating,
Right.
and now we have, because I used to write a lot
Mhm.
when I was younger, and then I just kind of quit because I didn't have any inspiration, I guess you can say. I mean, I'm not saying my kids wouldn't have been. I'm just saying with a lot of the personal stuff, like I just didn't. And I really didn't have time to do anything. But now it's like all I got to do is sit down with a pen and paper, and I just write it out. And then we make it into something. You know what I mean? Like that's a really big thing for me to be able to do that. It's great.
I mean, yeah, writing music's been really good for me. Doing the YouTube's really good for me. You know, of course, spending time with the kids. I have a lot of like I mean, I've had alcohol problems before in the past when I was in the service, but pretty much like back then I used to go to the gym a lot because I was in the service. And I was always in the fat boy program, even though I wasn't that big. They always said I was too big. So then I used to run a lot and go to the gym a lot. But now I just eat a lot. Um, but pretty much doing the YouTube and just finding a hobby, just something you really love and you pour your heart into. Um, Spending time with your kids or your family best you can. Um, just things like that, Like I want to try to like start volunteering more, doing stuff like that. Seeing that other people are having a struggle too, let you know you're not alone. Sometimes I've been,
Especially with the mental health.
yeah,
Like, honestly.
I've been to mental institutions a few times, and like that's one of the biggest things you'll take away from going to mental institutions. You're not alone in the fact that like other people are having problems too. Sometimes like you'll spend a lot of times locked up in your room or depressed in your bed or something like that, stuck inside your own head. You forget the world's a hard place for everybody. Like so it's a when you go to these like mental wards or whatever you want to call them, treatment facilities, um, it lets you back into the world knowing that it's not easy for everybody and everybody has problems.
Yeah.
Having a mental disorder it's not a terrible thing. It's just like having heart problems, like it's just something that anybody can struggle with, just like having liver disease or something. It's just something to have to learn to deal with.
You just have to be able to ask.
Ask.
Don't be ashamed. I think that's just a thing. There's just big stigma on it.
Yeah.
And I can't, I mean, where I work at, I see a lot of it. And I hate that people are just so scared to say anything. They'd rather be miserable and suffer than to say, hey, I have an issue. And I wish more people were more open about things.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard. I don't think it's any harder for men or women. I think a lot more men have a lot more problems talking about it than women do.
But more men commit suicide than women.
Yeah, they're more
So-
successful at it. I think. I
Yeah,
think maybe
I mean-
more women commit suicide or something. I don't know the statistics off the top of my
No,
head.
it's 5 men or 5 more times whatever that do it than anybody else. Like statistically, the men are
well,
higher.
whichever it is, but I know that like I know they have a hard time talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I've been in groups before when I've done like outpatient treatment and stuff like that, and it's very hard for men to open up about their. They assume they have to be. It makes you weak if you're,
Yeah,
and it don't. It don't make you weak to talk about your problems. It don't make you weak to not talk about it. But like you need to be able to open up. Like it's not a weak thing to say I need help whenever you're having a problem with something that's going on. Like you're just a person.
yeah.
However, you go to the bathroom does not determine uh,
You're,
if you're how strong you are mentally.
yeah.
Like it just you need to be able to open up and help because your family needs you. Your kid, if you have kids, your kids will need you. You probably brother and sister need you. Tomorrow need you because you never know. Like there's been times that I've tried to kill myself, and like now I'm on the YouTube trying to advocate for other people to stay around. So you never know what tomorrow holds for you. You might be a motivational speaker, save 1,000,000 people's lives or something. I don't know. But do you have anything else, Shannon? Well, good, because I don't either. But like we always say to you guys, or at least I do, but Shannon will never say it. We appreciate you guys watching. And if you guys want to check out any of our music or any of our reactions or anything, we have some new songs that we just put out on YouTube. A couple of them. We also are on Spotify we have 20 songs on Spotify if you want to check them out.
And iHeart.
Oh, and iHeart apparently.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
If you want to check them out, Be greatly appreciated. Uh, we thank you guys for watching this episode of Phoenix Rising podcast, where we talk about more serious stuff, more issues to try to help you guys. And also, we'll try to put out another totally weird and random show this weekend where we just talk about random stuff, movie reviews, music,
Just anything.
and whatever we can think of that's random. So
Yep.
we appreciate you guys checking us out. And like always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and peace.